What's up, Eagles Nation? What's going on, NFL world? How you doing, division rivals? This is Steven Hyder with Gate City Sports Channel, where the cerebral NFL fan comes for about 10 minutes of daily content. Hey guys, listen up. This is just a quick message for you. If you're clicking on this video and you didn't watch part one of the video, this may not make a lot of sense to you. You might be missing a lot of the context of what I was saying. You're welcome to watch this one first, but I would honestly go back to the first James Bradberry video and I would watch that one first before clicking on James Bradberry part two. Okay. It'll tie you into everything I was saying before and give you a little better idea of what in the world I was talking about. All right, y'all. Peace. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Here's the remains. He didn't give up any plays where he wasn't within 5 yards of the football. It's pretty impressive. His catch rate allowed was 53.5. He fights for the football. That's a good sign. His passer rating allowed was 79.2. Guys, that was good for sixth in the league. His coverage rating was a plus 39.5, which put him about number 5 in the league. All right? Let's flip it over. And let's talk about Kevin Johnson, Buffalo Bills. Look, he's a really good coverage quarterback. If you go and you look at some of the Buffalo Bills sites and you look at some of their NFL scouts, they'll tell you that he was the second best coverage cornerback on that football team, only trailing Tre'Davious White in production there. That's good, man. Burn rate, 0%. No one got more than 5 yards of separation against this kid. That's what you want. His catch rate allowed was 50%. That's good. That's very good. That's what you want out of a cornerback, man. His passer rating allowed was an 83.3. I think he was just under the threshold to rate him, which is really weird because Darkhead Denard only played a few more, but because he was only in on 25% of snaps, he didn't get graded in. But just place him between Darkhead Denard and place him between Bradberry and place him between, Byron Jones, and you see where this kid weighs in at on some of these stats. He's up there, guys. This is a very under the radar guy. His coverage rating was a plus 40.1. He's second on this list for the coverage rating, guys. I mean, this kid is an under the radar find here, man. I like him a lot. I really do. I think that this kid has potential to be a 1 or 2 in this league. All right, guys. So I'll give you the drawbacks to each of these prospects. Okay, just for full transparency. Okay, so let's begin with Mr. Byron Jones. He's a man coverage quarterback. And when you play man coverage, when you're a man coverage cornerback, you generally speaking will have a lot of the time your back to the quarterback, which means in a defense that's trying to create more turnovers, that could be a knock against you because you're not going to generate that many turnovers because your back's always to the quarterback because you're playing man concept. So, on one hand, you get a guy that can come up and crowd the line of scrimmage and has the speed to keep up with receivers. You take away those quick routes. So that could translate into more sacks, more fumbles, things of that sort. It also causes quarterbacks to rush the ball, causing the ball to get tipped in the air, having the safeties pick it off, some of those nickel corners, so forth. So you could he could have that, but it won't come directly from him. If that makes sense. All right. At the same time, he did have a burn rate of 1.4%, which means he's an aggressive football player. And aggressive cornerbacks tend to lose sometimes in coverage. That's just a fact of what they are. So you have to kind of live and die with that. All right. Let's go and kind of turn this over and let's talk about James Bradberry. He's also an aggressive big cornerback that sometimes got beat. That's why James Bradberry ended up having a 1.9% burn rate. So when you play aggressively, you get beat. Also, because James Bradberry mostly played against a very, very good talent out in the NFC South at wide receiver, he gave up 63.6%, catch rate, which is not ideal. Now, you can see that when you get to his coverage score and you get to his passer rating, it's not bad. He plays pretty well. But giving up 63.6% catches, of course, is going to cause a little concern there. I still think the guy is talented enough, and I still think the rest of those numbers add up to tell you that this is a very good corner. All right, Darkhead Denard. Downside I would see to Darkhead Denard, guys, is he got targeted. Now, he did pretty well against those targets, but he had a 25.9% target rate. It's a 26% target rate, guys. It's high. It's very high. But, in contrast to that 25.9% target rate, he only gave up a catch rate of 53.5, so that's a positive. However, he didn't play a whole lot. he played, but he only had about, 166 routes defended. So he played just a little more than Sidney Jones this season. So you do have a little uncertainty with Darkhead Denard. But I do like his versatility, the fact that he can play the slot, he can play outside, he fights for the football, he doesn't give up a lot of separation. So all those are positives. He doesn't have ideal size, though, too. He's like 5'11-ish. I'll admit that, too. All right. Lastly, let's talk about Mr. Kevin Johnson. So just like Darkhead Denard, Kevin Johnson did not play a lot of snaps. He only played a total of 161, routes that he defended. In addition to that, because he was a coverage corner, he didn't get a lot of interceptions. He got a few pass breakups. His overall coverage grade is, ridiculously good of a plus 40. But if you're looking for a guy who's going to turn the ball over, then to be honest, Darkhead Denard, Kevin Johnson, and Byron Jones are not guys that are going to pop off the stat sheet to you for turnovers. So those are the downfalls I see to these four. All right, guys. So how would I rank these four cornerbacks in free agency? Number one, I would go with Garrett Bradbury. I think he's just a fit schematically. I like this kid's height. I like this kid's length. I like the fact that he's a big dude that can run a 4.5. And to be honest with you, I like the fact that he does bring the element of being able to deflect passes and pick them off. Like, I like the kid. I like him a lot. If you ask me who my second choice would be, it would be Byron Jones. Byron Jones is definitely the most athletically gifted out of these, and he's the most proven commodity out of these guys. Byron Jones is a stud. This kid is a very good football player. The numbers don't lie, guys. Like, this kid is good. My third pick would be Kevin Johnson. I think Kevin Johnson's a guy that you can get for a lot cheaper than these other players on this list. And I think that he's a bit of an unknown. You got to take a little bit of a flyer on him, but he's not going to cost you as much money. And this kid's, film and this kid's analytics point to a player who's pretty good. I wouldn't mind adding him in free agency. My fourth selection would be Darkhead Denard. The only problem I have with Darkhead Denard is I think he's a great football player, and I would not mind at all adding him. But I do worry that the Eagles could be foolish and just lock him in as only a slot corner, not give him reps on the outside. Like, I do concern myself there. But I think he's a fantastic football player. The fifth mention I would have here, if we ever had a need at nickel, would be Brian Poole. I think Brian Poole is another guy that people sleep on that is a really good football player, but I didn't include him on this list because I can't see the Eagles needing that type of player, and I can't see them going after him. All right, guys, that's what I have for y'all today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, if you're still watching this video, you are almost, 50 minutes into a video, guys. Go ahead and subscribe. Come on now. Who y'all kidding? All right, y'all. Do me a favor, guys. In the comments, just let me know. Who's your choice? Who would you choose? Who would be your back? Who would you pick as your defensive back out of this list? All right, y'all. And then tell me why. All right, guys. My next video coming out, I'll focus on trade possibilities at the corner position. And I'll put together maybe 2 or 3 examples of how we could work this secondary out between the draft, free agency, trades, like moving players around. I'll give you guys like 3, 4 maybe scenarios to how we can work this, this secondary to go from middle to bottom of the league to top 12 in the league. All right, y'all. Peace. I'm out here. Y'all know what time it is. EAGLES. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all tuning in and watching. Bye.